Do you tend to pick and choose the clients you work with?
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be able to choose my clients that I work with, and I'll always say that when I meet a client or a prospective client for the first time, and make it clear this is a two-way conversation, and we both get a choice at the end of this day whether we want to work with each other or not. And I think that's quite empowering, and I have turned clients down before now because they don't get it, or they want the transactional relationship, or they don't trust you for whatever reason, or sometimes people just aren't nice people. And if they're rude or disrespectful to a member of staff or a member of the team, I won't work with them.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing too many of those clients that make you feel uncomfortable or make you work outside of the parameters that you consider to be acceptable standards for you and your ethics, right? And
there you go.
Yeah.
And also, you'll get warning flags sometimes with clients when you're dealing with them that you think, gosh, is this really someone that I want to be dealing with on an ongoing basis for the long term? And if it isn't, then it probably isn't. And, if there's any doubt, there's no doubt in my mind.
It's solid advice then, really, for somebody who's coming in. We've got a lot of people in our business here at Hoxton that are going through the trainee wealth manager route, then they go into the pathway, and they start their journey to becoming financial planners and working with clients. I suppose a wise bit of advice would be don't work with everybody. Think about the type of client that you're working with and the type of client that you maybe want to attract, because you've got to have them for a long time as a relationship.
Right. So in an ideal world, I think you should be looking for clients that you're going to work with for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But I don't think Jacob or Chris would thank me for saying that. And if you were on the pathway and just setting out, I would go and speak to and see and take on as many people as possible, and trust that the system at Hoxton will help absorb those clients as you grow and develop and don't want to work with them anymore.
So you're at Hoxton, you talk about the system. Why Hoxton? How come you're here?
Well, I was introduced to Chris probably 4 years ago now by a mutual friend and provider, who said that we really ought to be speaking to each other because he had access to certain terms of businesses and licenses that I didn't, and I had access to certain terms of businesses and license that he didn't. And when I first met Chris, I met him with Matt Dean, and I think there was probably 3 or 4 people at Hoxton, some of the old guard that came over immediately when he first started off, that are still with us now. And it was very clear to me very quickly that these people were going somewhere. Chris had a vision, and it's not often you meet someone with a vision that you think, yeah, he's going to get there as well. So we started helping each other out, working together, and like a snowball, they grew and grew and grew and grew, and I decided to go all in, essentially.
Yeah. Okay, great stuff. Let's kind of position, you've been a financial advisor for some time. You're highly qualified, probably one of the most qualified in the business. Just what qualifications do you hold?
Yeah, thanks. So in the UK, I'm a chartered financial advisor. So we've done all the exams, the level 6 exams and beyond to do that, and regulated by the FCA in the UK. So that's your pension transfer exam. I've got the long-term care planning, mortgage exam, tax exam, and investment exams as well. All the different component parts that build up to that. In America, we're regulated by the SEC there. I'm regulated there as well as an investment advisor representative, so I've had to be qualified to do that. It's at my Series 65. In Australia, the Diploma for Financial Planning, qualified there, regulated there by ASICS, and in Ireland by the Central Bank of Ireland, and in Cyprus by CISEC, the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission there. And people often ask me, well, why Ireland and Cyprus? And I tell them, well, Ireland's the biggest English-speaking city in Europe, and in Cyprus they speak English. Well, they speak Greek, but they're bright enough to realise nobody else speaks Greek, so we can deal with the regulator in English. We can sit our exams in English. We can do all our compliance work in English, and that gives us our passporting to go throughout the whole of the EU. Yeah. So we can help advise our clients in the EU through one or other of those jurisdictions.
There are financial advisors probably listening now from the UK and interested in potentially working as an international financial planner, right? And because we are multi-jurisdiction, we have boots on the ground in multiple areas. I've just done a lovely documentary with Mike Yule. He's chosen to live just outside of Toulouse. He services US clients, UK clients, and also built a business in South Africa, of which he continues to service those clients. And for him, it's that work-life balance element. It's being able to live the lifestyle that he wants for him and his family, but to be able to also work with clients and continue to work in them as they move around. For you, though, holding all those different qualifications, and an advisor sitting there thinking, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Why should I do that? It sounds like more work.
Yeah.
What would you say the benefit is?
Yeah, I've done about 14 hours of CPD this week already
Really?
for various different jurisdictions. So it is more work, but I never have to lose a client because they've moved. I never have to say, no, I can't take that client on because of where they live. Now, if I wanted to work in a high street IFA in the UK and never leave the UK, would that be of use to me? Potentially less so. But if I had designs to work in an exciting expat world now, not community, but world, where there is more liquidity, more need for proper advice, then I think it's very exciting.